Welcome back to Spit Talking with Talia. And today we're going to talk about Remy going live, Papoose airing out their dirty laundry, Clarissa's declaring her love for Papoose on Instagram, on X, wherever she could tell everybody that they're in love and all that shit. And we're going to talk about Easy Bot the Captain, him somewhere over there with the gap tooth. Just that's what, Papoose posted. His gap tooth braces, whatever he has going on. He's probably chilling on the side, just looking at this whole circus unfold. If you want to get my thoughts and opinion on everything that went down this week with them, by all means, stay tuned. But before you get all cozy, there is a subscribe button somewhere over here. I need you to go ahead and click that. I need you to hit the subscribe button along with the notification bell. They go together. You have to do them both. Is it right here? I think so. Go ahead and click it.
Yeah, so beautiful, so lovely.
So where should I even begin? So much has happened. What I'm not going to do, I'm not going to put a whole bunch of clips, if any, of the lives that went down because at this point everybody has seen them. So there's no need to repost them. I just want to give you my thoughts and opinion. For one, forgive me if you hear me breathing hard. I do have a cold. I'm very congested. My asthma's flaring up, so just full warning. It might sound like a lot of air blowing through this mic. So I'm sorry. So all the foolery that went down this week started with Clarissa going to the Breakfast Club to, I guess, promote her fight that she's having July 26th. And somehow they got on to the relationship. I don't know if it was um, Jess or if it was Charlemagne, whoever. Somebody asked her about her relationship or what was happening next. And then she said something along the lines of, well, he has to take care of his personal issues, his personal business, the elephant in the room. I don't know why she said elephant. I mean, it's a saying. It's not that big of a deal. At least I didn't think so. But Remy Ma thought it was a big deal. So what she do? She hopped on to Instagram to give her 2 cents. So she goes on live. Now, personally, I don't know if it was necessary for her to even go up there, but to me, I feel like she was just triggered because I have seen a couple of interviews, and every opportunity that Clarissa has, she talks about their relationship, her and Papoose's relationship. And I don't know if it set Remy off, but she was clearly feeling some type of way and felt the need to start talking. I also feel like Remy has a tendency to, well, I don't think she has a tendency. I feel she is giving off that energy as if I don't want him, but you can't have him either. Kind of, she's being very petty, very territorial. Because I still don't feel, I still don't see the reason why she needed to go live. But I just feel like, in in general, she probably just got fed up and just felt the need to, you know what, this bitch keeps on talking. I'm gonna go ahead and say my piece. So she just started talking about how Papoose, pawned jewelry, how things have been going south since 2022, blase, blase. You all have heard it, right? And still, I don't understand the need to even go into all that. But how I think it was what she was getting to was also to kind of check Clarissa, like, listen, if this dude really wanted to be with you, we still wouldn't be here talking about divorce papers. Like, things would have been filed. Y'all been together since, I don't know, August of 2024. Everything has been stagnant and he won't sign. I also feel like, regardless of how Remy is coming off, she portrays this tough individual. Like, nothing, she's unbothered. She doesn't have any emotions, blase, blase, but I don't buy that. I feel like she's feeling some type of way. Papoose and her were together for 17 years. There's no way that you could sit here and experience 17 years with an individual and then after 9, 10 months, it's like everybody then moved on. Now, granted, if you're separated from 2022, even though y'all are living under the same roof, if you are able to disconnect all feelings, whatever happened in the past, that, that's one thing. But I really don't believe that's what happened here. I feel like she got in her feelings. The new girlfriend keeps doing this. She was like, listen, dude is still my husband, regardless of how you see it. I know that for one, it cannot be easy on either side to watch your ex or even current, husband and wife move on with other people. It's difficult to watch. I can care less. I don't know how Clarissa, how she portrays it. Everything is, sunshine and roses on their end. There's no way. There's no way you can sit here and look at that and be like, oh, it's cool. Because it's not, clearly. You're not bugging over a person online, throwing shade back and forth, showing pictures, doing all this other stuff if you weren't feeling some type of way. If you're over a person, none of this would happen. Just throwing that out there. So Remy, she goes on about how broke he is, how deadbeat of a dad he has been, blah, blah, blah. This is what I don't like to do. I don't like the thought of them bashing each other online because baby Reminisce is going to see all of it. And they both were shooting shots that are freaking unnecessary. You know what I mean? Like there's no need to throw low blows. And I'm gonna get to those, but I just wish that one, they were thinking about how their daughter was going to see this later on. Because there's no wiping this. There's no wiping this. She's 6 years old. Hell, she probably heard something now. So while she's talking about how whack Papoose is, so he felt the need to respond to her insults. Again, just unnecessary behavior altogether. Um, and Papoose, he aired, I don't know, it was very hard to believe him all the way through. And this is why. You have Remy who is showing you receipts. She's like, here, look at this, look at that, whatever, and a few of her lives. Then you just have Papoose just storytelling. He didn't come with any receipts other than some audio that it was like, okay. One audio was he was claiming that Easy the Block Captain was, what's the name? He was blackmailing Remy, which I really don't know. I didn't take it as it was a blackmail kind of thing. I felt like Papoose was probably talking trash. Easy the Block Captain was trying to keep it together and held that message or whatever, that recording in his pocket. In the event he felt the need, he had to shut Papoose up. I don't think he was using that as leverage. Remy Ma is his bread and butter, right? He works with her. I don't know if these two are still together. Based on the pictures that she showed, I don't know if she was showing us those pictures because they are together or just saying, hey, these were the pictures that Papoose wanted to expose. So here, knock yourself out. Look at them. Um, Again, those were some things that was just unnecessary. It was like, what? No one cares. I need y'all to understand. No one cares about the relationship. Now, the relationships you guys have with your new booze. I think all of us are hurt because we were invested in the Black love, the movement, right? You had you had given single people hope that that kind of love existed. So it's definitely disappointing to see two great people because at the end of the day, for me, I like both Papoose and Remy. And I don't know if you guys have been with me long enough. I have mentioned on a couple of videos before that Remy is my favorite hip hop artist. Not because she has a roster of all types of music, like she has, a bunch of number one hits, because she doesn't. It's just her demeanor, the way she carries herself that I absolutely love. Um, Daryl Papoose kept calling her a narcissist. I just think she's a jerk. I don't think she's a narcissist. I just think that she just has a jerky personality. And at this point, my guy, you knew that. And that's the one thing that was upsetting me during his live. It was like he was hitting below the belt. And it just, he just didn't make sense to me. We all saw how much you love her. We all see. I don't know if y'all were paying attention, but during, I think it was the initial live, the first one, because he has three and they're still on his Instagram page, at least the last time I checked. He was getting emotional. Now, Remy, you're a jerk for this. You know, she was like, oh, he's over there being emotional. Damn, girl. Like, you're going to stop walking around here acting like you have zero feelings. And you could hear how he was explaining their relationship and all the sacrifices he made while she was away, blase, blase. And you could just hear him choke up. There was no tears, but you could hear that this man still loves that woman. And she even made a comment on one of her lives that I had to catch, I think it was on YouTube. And if he would have contributed more to their household, that they'll probably still be together. So y'all are over here popping all this shit. Remy, he wasn't that bad of a dude. Like, he really wasn't. Now, no woman wants to always be like the head of the household, right? Nobody, okay, it's one thing that we're independent, right? We can do our own thing, come together as a unit, make shit pop, right? But if you're the main breadwinner and when everything just falls on you, it does become exhausting. And she probably got to that point where she was doing so much that she may have felt that he was becoming a burden. You know what I mean? When Remy was talking about the jewelry that was pawned, she showed the receipts or whatever. I don't know. Can someone let me know down in the description box whether or not this man stated that he didn't pawn it? And I remember him saying that, oh, she fabricated some documents or whatever. And if that's the case, good sir, what app did she use? Right? There were text messages that basically were doing the same thing that she was doing or has been doing while she was away. Y'all got married in 2008, and you were still dealing with your kids' moms or whatever the hell, right? I mean, like she said, she already knew that 7 years, 6 years, however long she was gone, that she wouldn't be able to keep it to yourself. It wasn't that she was just pissed off because either you lied about it or whatever the hell. I mean, that's just a natural reaction for anybody. But regardless of what she found, she still rocked out with you. Um, but yeah, you never addressed whether or not you did take that to the pawn shop. And if so, like what was the reason? Was that out of spite? Um, yeah, both are claiming the other person is broke. Pap is saying, hey, I pay for all the stuff. Utilities are all in my name, blah, 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 blah. Remy is saying, hey, this dude is broke, has never worked a day in his life, basically. Basically. And, she has paid for everything. I do believe, this is what I do believe. I believe that you guys have felt a moment of not having, excuse me, not having the amount of money that you guys were used to. And perhaps, just perhaps, that pawning was to either pay a car note, keep the lights on, move, or something. Because it's like, okay, if he pawned your stuff, right, Remy, how did you end up with the receipts? Who took pictures of this? Where did you find it? Did he leave it lingering? Because I don't see why a person would do that. If someone was being malicious, at least in my evil thinking, if I wanted you to think that your jewelry was either stolen, misplaced, or whatever have you, I'm not leaving proof that I pawned anything. You will sit here and torture yourself crazy looking for your jewelry. You would never know where they are. I'm not leaving a trace. You would never find it. So I think that the pawning of the jewelry was probably meant for something else. I don't think that there was any malice, and either way, if so, like Papoose just own it, right? There are receipts. And if you're claiming that's from an app or it was, you know, it was something else, then what app is that? What app can you sit here and doctor documentations like that? Let me know. So in Papoose's live, like again, he was just doing a lot of storytelling, and it was just hard to kind of like believe everything he said. Um, I felt like there was a comment that I hope he regrets saying it. He has stated that one, excuse me, Remy has a hard time keeping her legs closed, and she's been cheating for years, for years, according to him. And if you're not broke, I understand that you want to stay around for your kid, but if you have a little money stashed up, why why wait so long to leave? And I'm pretty sure that in this instance, you didn't leave on your own accord. I feel like she probably kicked you out. And maybe you did leave. But if a person is such a narcissist, right, is claiming your work, not willing to give you credit for absolutely anything that you helped her do, right? Everything that appeared to be one sided. And all of this, per you have helped her with 90% of her her raps. This woman is promiscuous and she's a thief. And you stayed. You stayed before the baby and after. I don't believe all that to be true. Because if you have some form of income that can allow you to escape without any issue, it shouldn't have been a problem. Now, granted, we all see how much you love her. But, sir, you're going to let this one individual step all over you, per you, cheat on you, don't give you credit for your rhymes, and all, this, oh, she's my wife, it didn't matter. Bullshit. Especially when you were a hungry artist yourself. Also, too, like, you want to talk about, she's out there cheating, doing the most, degrading her, and then going back and saying, oh, but I'm not trying to talk about her. Yes, you are. Own your bad behavior. you know, at least you can give Remy credit. She's not tippy toeing around it. She's not saying that she's not trying to talk shit about you. She's doing it. And you are trying to be nice, nasty, and I hate it. I just think that you're being unnecessarily rude, and your daughter's going to see how bad you were talking about her. For those who think that I am being biased, I'm not. Because again, I can't say enough how I love them both. I just hate what they're doing to themselves and to their kid because she will see this. She just will. All right, I had to adjust my seating. I just felt like I was looking super low, but I'm here. Um, so she's promiscuous. She's a liar. She's a narcissist. What else? Oh, and she's gay. So now you done caught her in the bed with someone she met while she was in jail. I guess it was gay for the stay, and then, had her come to the house and she leaves your bed to get into her friend's bed. I mean, come on. I mean, it's a lot. Now, granted, none of us live in these people's worlds. We do not know, and we will never know the truth on how stuff is going down. We only can base things off of what they show us. And I feel that it's very idiotic for her. And I'm repeating it because hopefully you come across this video and you can hear how ridiculous it sounds. She's promiscuous. She's a narcissist. I don't know what's going on with this chair. So it's just very hard to believe this woman was promiscuous, narcissistic, um, a liar. She's gay, and you stayed. Oh, and she also used you for your talent. and you stayed with her this entire time. Your daughter's 6. So 11 out of the 17 years, what was keeping you? If she was so horrible. And if she wasn't doing this, okay, so let's say the 6 years, 6 to 7 years, of course, she was in jail. So she really wasn't doing anything, with, at least from what you could see. So as soon as she started showing crazy behavior after all the sacrifices you made, you still wanted to be with her? Because you make her sound awful. And then in front of us, Remy was the best thing since sliced bread. It doesn't add up, my guy. It doesn't. So get me to understand. So you also mentioned that she didn't like your kids. So at the end of the day, you married an awful individual and you decided to stay with a person who is promiscuous, a liar, a narcissist, a thief because her all her hits are because of you, per you. And what else? She didn't like your kids. She didn't like your kids. It's a lot. It's a lot to say that she was a trash of a human, but yet you stayed 17 years. Mm. So you wasted a lot of energy telling all these stories, kind of painting her to be a bad individual. And on the flip side, you were just like, no, I don't want to tear her down. Well, you were. But thank God she is tough enough to just ignore it, I suppose. But I would want to fight you after all of that because you made her sound like a complete horror, but you stayed. With all the storytelling you were doing, you were saying you had documentation. Did you see what Remy was doing to you? Right? Prove to us that you wrote 90% of her rhymes. Because what has me confused, and I was debating this with my spouse, Remy did Annie Up. And that was what, in 2001? 2001? Y'all got together in 2004. Who wrote her verse? Because that's how we came to know Remy, is through Annie Up with MOP. Where were you? Who wrote that? I saw a freestyle from jail. Would you? I mean, you couldn't text it to her. Now, granted, there's phone time, and y'all could have discussed it over there, so I can give you that, I guess. But you could definitely tell the difference between her rhymes and how you rhyme. Still gifted, but I'm gonna give it to you. You're more lyrical than she is. Like you're very quick with words. It's like you have read a dictionary from front to back cover. And so and I love Remy. But sometimes she struggles to make things rhyme, so I don't if you want to take credit for that, by all means. But it's just like this is what I don't like is when men feel the need to discredit a woman because of her talent. The only person that I know or have heard even her say was Cardi B that she does have a ghostwriter, that she welcomes people to write her rhymes for her. Write them and then she will perform them. But for you to sit here and now say something to like discredit her gift, that's whack to me. Now, do I believe as a couple that maybe you guys had come with ideas, did some brainstorming? She wrote a rhyme, rhymed it to you, like, let's change that word out. I believe something like that happened because who doesn't go to their spouse for advice? And so I get that, but 90% of her rhymes, yeah, I think that's bogus. So you took credit for all her her top hitters, right? All her number one songs or whatever, charted music. We could sit here and say you wrote them. If you were able to get her music to chart, why haven't you done that for yourself? You also said something in reference to, you had a friend that told you that once you started to come up, she was gonna get jealous or whatever when you did that song with Lil Wayne. That song was decent, but it didn't chart. You have never charted. I think you had when I was looking up your stats or whatever. I think you had hit 96 on the top what 100 billboards. So you're able to do it for her. I guess she's marketable. She's a woman or whatever, you know, sex sells or whatever the fuck. You were able to sit here and tap into her, get her to shine, but was unable to do it for yourself. Not buying that either. Because even though you are lyrical and we don't live in the era of lyrical rappers, I'm pretty sure you could have came up with an idea to come up as far as music wise goes. But you didn't. And I don't foresee her as being a hater. If she's complaining about you not paying bills, getting money would have been a come up to make sure that you were contributing to the household. This argument is crazy work to me. And I know that you're hurt. I know that Papoose is hurting like hell to hear rumors about your spouse doing anything. And then you see the pictures. That is heart wrenching. And I can see you wanting to say whatever to hurt her feelings. I get it. But you have us who are gonna question you. Like don't do that. Don't just stop making up lies because, it makes her look bad. Y'all both look crazy. And there was um another insult that you threw out there that I was like, damn yo. Papoose is showing zero mercy. Is when you have mentioned that, well damn, you know, this dude is black. Well, you thought that her movements, the way she was moving was a little weird. You were wondering whether or not she was using drugs. It was like, and for a person who has any form of rational mind, right? You will leave your daughter with someone you suspect is using drugs because according to you, you over there with Clarissa living your best life while your daughter's with a promiscuous drug addict. I don't understand where the plot is going because I feel like at this point that none of y'all are getting the story right. So
So
then,
then,
what does
what
it
does it
say
say
about
about
you
you
as a
as a
parent?
parent?
You
You
rather
rather be,
be, well, like my
like my
mom would
mom would
say,
say,
gallivanting,
gallivanting,
being
being
with your
with your
new
new
girlfriend.
girlfriend.
Meanwhile,
Meanwhile,
your
your
daughter
daughter
is
is
in an
in an
unsafe
unsafe
environment.
environment.
For some of y'all who are defending him, I'm not taking a side. I'm just basing things off of what they both were saying. To me, I felt like Remy came with her truth. She had proof of what she was saying. Like she had a valid argument based on the evidence that she had, right? She presented receipts. Meanwhile, Papoose was just sitting there telling us all their business with nothing to show for it, right? You claim you have a whole bunch of receipts to back up your point and didn't show anybody. I think the only thing that he had posted, and I had caught it, I don't know, I saw it on one of the blogger pages, is when he had posted a picture of Remy with a bunch of like gift boxes or whatever. I guess proving that he wasn't broke, that he was able to buy her things, kind of. Listen, if I was Clarissa, right, and Papoose was my man, he's giving way too much energy to this woman, right? If you have moved on for real, why are we doing all this talking? Why are we doing all this proving? It's done, right? Sign papers and move the hell on. But all this debating going back and forth, that is giving way too much energy for people claiming that stuff is over. And I'm gonna get to Clarissa, but that's embarrassing. I'd be pissed off. What are y'all doing? So, Clarissa Shields, for those who don't know her, well, she is Papoose's. I really didn't introduce everybody to who. It doesn't matter. Google Papoose and Remy, and then Remy Ma, and then you'll figure out who everybody is. But Clarissa Shields, for those who don't even know her, she is a female boxer. She's from Flint, Michigan. Blah blah blah. She had a movie. Anyway, I'm not the biggest fan of hers. I do not care for arrogant people. And when you are that type of person who comes across like nobody can beat me, the type of person I am, I'm like, I can't wait till someone whips your ass. Like, I look forward to it. I was not a Mayweather fan because he was the same way, very cocky. It's one thing to be confident, but it's just like it's like uncomfortable, cockiness. And I just want someone to just chin check you just because. But nonetheless, Clarissa is Papoose's girlfriend. This is what I'm gonna say. I feel like Clarissa is giving too much energy to someone else's husband. This lady will defend this man all day long on Twitter, on X. She has that man's back. Every interview that she has, she is bringing that man up. He's the greatest thing since sliced bread, and he doesn't do the same. Now, what he will do, and what I have seen, and that's even before now, like I follow Papoose and I follow Remy, even during the breakup or whatever. And then when I saw your initial picture, he posted that same picture twice on your birthday, and I think an event that you were having, promoting or something. There is no record of you other than those two pictures on his page. Now, excuse me, when Remy and him were together, that woman was plastered everywhere. Now, granted, different relationship. That's the marriage. Y'all are just dating. But what irks me the most with you is that you will go onto these interviews or put on your social media that you guys are planning a family, y'all are doing this, y'all are doing that, and this dude is not giving you that much energy. So to me, you just look foolish unnecessarily because you have such a great career and is moving forward. You have greater things to do. You're only 30 and you're investing a lot of time. Not because I don't think he deserves a good woman. I personally don't really care for you. You just hurt me. But under the eyes of God, he belongs to someone else. Because you post about God quite a bit too. And what's meant for me or what God has for me is for me, whatever. I've seen them. And to me, I'm like, okay, she's a believer, but you're also very hypocritical. Because if you look into scripture, what does God say about your current situation? I'll wait. And whatever photos or whatever you guys do have together or videos, he definitely gives me like guy best friend vibes. Nothing y'all do gives me, what did you call it? Like gold, a gold couple goals or whatever the hell. Y'all don't give me that. This dude, he made it known that Remy was his woman. And that's not really trying to upset nobody for real. But in comparison to what love looked like on him with Remy versus what you claim love looks like with you, totally different. Completely different. Now, he might be private, but what made him private all of a sudden when he wasn't really private when him and Remy were together? I feel like even though he was showing his ass this past week, I think he has enough respect not to be so flamboyant about how the relationship looks like. I just feel like you invest way too much. You just have this tight grip on this dude, and it's like, okay, I understand. There might be slim pickings of good men out there. But have you ever seen the the movie Finding Nemo? You know who Darla is? You look like Darla, just shaking the shit out of that goldfish's bag and just having a grip. This man is not even divorced yet. And you have him married off, having more children at 47, and you said you want 6 kids. I don't know how realistic that is for you. And I don't know how realistic or whatever he's saying to you that's going to make that possible. Do the math. You want to be left with them all by yourself doing the work? He's 47. Now, this man does not look 47 whatsoever. But use your noggin. Use your noggin. You have this man already, and he doesn't think, he has not acknowledged all this extra stuff you're talking about. He's trying to get through one marriage. You already got him married off with kids already. That's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of pressure. And it's kind of corny to me. It's corny and childish. It's like, because I feel like you're using all that and saying all that to kind of, get Remy's panties in a bunch. I don't like it. And if you really, really want to be with Papoose, right? Allow him some space, right? Sit back and evaluate how your life is going, what's next, what you're willing to tolerate. If is all this social media attention, like, is it, what's what I'm looking for? Is all this negative social media attention beneficial to my career? No one's even talking about your event that's happening. That should be the main focus. Everybody's just like, okay, what are they gonna talk about next? And it's not what should be important. It isn't. I feel like you should sit back, allow these people to allow him to heal. You don't have to care about Remy's feelings. She's nobody to you. I mean, she's the mother of his kid. And if you guys plan on having a family, you definitely have to deal with baby reminisce one way or another. And there needs to be some form of cordial relationship between y'all two. But allow him to take a breather. Now, granted, Remy Ma says that they have been separated since 2022. He literally just said the other day that, oh, she lied because in 2022 he was getting the goods from her. Yeah, just let this man heal, get his thoughts together, because 17 years is a long time to be with the individual and then rush into something else, right? It sounds good in theory, but you would be considered a rebound. You should never want to play that position ever, because it's never going to be real. It's never going to be real. And again, you ought to me, and let me know down in the comment section if I'm wrong. Y'all vibes give me very friend, best friend kind of relationship. And I did hear the freestyle of that whole whip appeal or whatever. Girl, he's rhyming. That's a gift. Doesn't mean he mean it because I didn't get. There's nothing. There's nothing that's giving me like he's into you. And I don't think I'm the only one, because I have heard other people's take. Because I thought it was just me. And I was like, am I the only person that sees that these two are still into each other? And the newcomers are just taking up space. Remember, 17 years is a long, long time. And not only, what's crazy is, not only has it been 17 years, not only have you guys have broken up and found new partners, you found partners that are similar in stature, skin tone, and everything on both ends. Y'all don't find that odd? But Clarissa, my best advice to you, whether I am a fan of yours or not, I believe that you should protect your peace at all times. All this drama is not worth where you're headed to. You have made plenty of things to look forward to, but you don't have to deal with someone who's damn near 50 and their baggage. But it is what it is. If you feel like you found a good catch, good luck, girl. Because I think there's just more to come that I don't think that you're ready for. So stay focused on what you feel like it's important to you. And as far as Easy to Block Captain, I'm not a fan of his either. I mean, as far as a battle rapper, because that's what he is. I mean, he's okay. Like, he's okay. I think I have a hard time with the invaders, Clarissa and him. Now, granted, outside individuals do not play a part in breaking up a marriage. If people cheat, it's because there's an issue in the marriage, there's unresolved stuff, and they decided to have fun. But he's an antagonist, and I don't really care for that. I feel like if Papoose did knock him out, it was worthy. There was good reason. And I don't know if Remy forgot that this dude was just blasting, like throwing all their business out there, not allowing this woman to, if she was cheating. I mean, I guess at this point we could say that she was. So when they were cheating with each other, he was just so ready, like so antsy to kind of rat the whole situation out, because that's what I took from that that recorded message he left to whoever he was talking to. And I just find it's very corny behavior. It is. It is very corny. If she had said, listen, if Remy had said, listen, there will be a time and place to where we're going to sit here and let everybody know that we're together, blah, 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 just follow suit. He should have just did that. Dude was talking to bloggers, and then when he was getting confronted, he was lying. It was like, I can't do him. Um, and I also feel like he could be an opportunist. Now, Remy was talking about his credit score, this, that. So I didn't feel like he's an opportunist. At least keep him as your artist or whatever. But I just, girl, why? I still need Remy to address why Easy even made that voicemail or whatever, that message. Like, what was the reason for you to sit here and say, hey, I have all this information and it'll just take one word for him to release it? Like, why? What, what point were you trying to prove? So I think he's just sketchy, corny, don't really care for him. And Remy, if you plan on moving on, I feel like you could do much better. I mean, but I guess, and it's not even about the physicality on either party. I'm not a superficial individual, but I I don't think either person that Remy and Papoose chose to be with is a good fit. Also because they need some time to heal and get over each other. Or work it out one. Because absolutely the love is still in the air for them. Before I close this out, I just wanna go over a few tweets. And I'm pretty sure you guys have seen this too, but this also solidifies why I think that Clarissa is just childish. Like, I don't think she's trying to be childish. I don't know if it's, blunt force traumas to the dome that has her thinking process a little like very elementary, junior high ish kind of behavior. But so she was on Twitter and then she said that she wanted to sit here and kind of clean up the lies I guess Remy Ma was spewing. Ma'am, you cannot clean up no one else's lie, especially in that situation. You're not married to her. Whatever you know is because of Papoose telling you. She wanted to let everybody know that Papoose is not her manager and that Mark Taffet Media is my manager. I don't let nothing or nobody play with my money. Okay, no one cares. Like, even if Papoose is your manager, we don't care. We don't. I've been with Pap and he has created opportunities for me to get bags. So all that talk was cap. What was? So he may not be your manager, but what Remy said is that I guess he's doing manager behavior. So if he's introducing you to people to get you more money, that is manager, like, that's what managers do, right? He may be one of them, but it's okay. You need to read between the lines. Then three, don't try and diminish this man's character. Well, he was also doing that. They were both wrong. I agree. But listen, a good partner is always going to call out their partner when they're wrong. And one thing, I'm going to tell you this. If you plan on being his woman, knowing that he has a couple of BMs, you keep your behind out of it. That is none of your business, married or not. The child that they share together literally has nothing to do with you. How they decide to parent their kid and co parenting has nothing to do with you. But getting back to the insults, he was diminishing her. He was saying that she basically was just riding his coattail, even though he never created a coattail for his damn self. Because that man never charted, never had any Grammys, never did anything. Now, I will always recommend, if you have never heard the alphabetical slaughter on DJ Slay's mixtape, do it. You will be impressed by how this man flowed that whole thing. But that was on the mixtape. No reward there. Do I feel like it was maybe a reward, like a BET hip hop reward? Yeah, yeah, I think so. But if you Google Papoose, and this is honest to God truth, and this is not even to diminish him as an individual, but when people talk a lot of trash, be prepared to at least have something to back it up. It doesn't make you look like a complete idiot. So I just feel like that's what he did too. You need to call him out on that. All this disrespect was unnecessary. But back to what you were saying. Pap is a helpful man that's just how he is. Did you forget that this man was married to this woman for 17 years? I'm pretty sure she knows the ins and outs. You guys haven't even made it a year. Shut your pie hole. It take a lot to piss him off. He's very loyal and solid. Word is bond to him. Let me tell you something. There's nothing more irritating than a woman trying to tell you about who you've been with. You immediately want to just punch them in the throat. Four, we have we've been living our best life since mid-August last year. I really enjoyed our private relationship for reasons like this. Every opportunity, sweet girl, you post him. You post him. You're clinging on, Darla. You're clinging on to him. And we all see that. You're not trying to keep nothing private. Again, shut your pie hole. And it's okay. I don't know if this is boyfriend number two for you. I don't know how many you had in your lifetime. I saw your movie. So I don't know if your fiance was the kid that was in the movie or whatever, your high school sweetheart, and now you met Pap and you don't know what to do because you're coming off like that kind of girl. Like it's your first boyfriend and you just lose, your first adult boyfriend and you're losing your cool. All these people judging a situation they know nothing about. And clearly you don't either. Pap was separated way before I came along. And that could be true. And sometimes when, even though you might be separated from an individual, that doesn't mean that their feelings have diminished. He's not going to share every thought with you. He's just not. He's not. Because I can sit here and tell you wholeheartedly, somebody that I left, how old is my oldest daughter? She's 26 years old. I married someone totally different. Left him, got married to another. This man still can't get right. And that's not tooting my own horn by any means. But some people just don't come out of it. And Papoose is that type of individual that just listening to his lives, Remy meant the entire world to him. He's hurt and he's entitled to feel that way, especially if she was doing crazy stuff behind his back. That feeling of someone cheating on you is a feeling that you just can't rub off. That takes time to kind of like process. And even sometimes, even days when you think that you're over it, you're not. And that's why I'm sitting here saying that this dude really needs that time to kind of just chill. And you putting all this pressure on him. This shit drives me crazy. And five, this tweet threw me. Um, 5, Honda, and I don't remember if Remy said he had a Honda, but maybe he did. I don't see nothing wrong with Hondas. Honda, Airbnbs, hotels. Man, stop. It's crazy how everybody's broke. I'm sorry to tell you, but I fight too good to be broke. I don't know. I don't think she ever called you broke. She calls your man broke. All my cars are 2022s and 2023s. Clarissa, no one gives two shits about your cars. Nobody. Pap drive a Benz. I'm pretty sure she knows because that Benz was acquired during their marriage and got his own place. And we know because we can hear the echo. He doesn't have furniture in it. It's not furnished. I'm not furnished at all, and that's okay. And that's all right. Everyone knows my houses I got. No need to speak lies when the truth will set you free. What did Remy lie about? Because you said nothing. You said a whole lot of not other things. And again, it's you're fighting so hard for an individual that's not putting that much effort into your relationship. If you don't see that, then I don't know. Maybe you'll never see it. So this is my final thought. My final thoughts. I feel like it's very hard to see two people that it appeared that they truly loved each other in front of all of us for years, that their relationship is truly ending because you always want to root for a marriage to work. Like really push it to be at its best because when you take those vows, it is for better, for worse, and for sickness and health. Now, some people make you just want to hit them upside the head with a pot, and I get it. But when you take those vows under God, it's something to cherish. And I personally wish that you guys would fix your differences and try to work it out. But if it's completely over, I'm going to suggest that both people, before you bring someone else into the picture, is to heal. And your daughter, little Reminisce Mackenzie, she needs you guys at your 150th percent, both physical and mental, that you guys have her back without all this extra fluff that you guys are putting yourself through unnecessarily. Clarissa, stop embarrassing yourself. Like, stop. And easy, I really can't say too much to this dude because he does keep his distance. Like, he'll talk, then he'll go into the corner somewhere and shut up. But Clarissa, just mind yours, baby. Focus on this boxing match you have July 26th and let that be that. And walk away. You be the bigger person to let Pap heal. So you know what? I'll be here if you're ready whenever you're ready. But you have a lot of stuff going on. You need this time. So overall, I would like to say that I literally did not take not one person's side. No. You can let me know down in the comment section whether you felt I was gearing towards Remy. I'm just basing things on how it was presented. I truly love them both, and what I would like for them is just to get their life in order. Um, but I feel like everybody earned a corny award. Everybody gets it because y'all all look ridiculous. Getting online, letting everybody know your situation and what's happening. All that was unnecessary, and I also feel like maybe maybe there was a reason for that. Maybe because it'll have you Googling them, it'll have you listening to their music, it will have you doing all types of stuff, and that's only beneficial. They may all have been in cahoots. Let's start some shit so we can get some money. Makes sense to me. Because all this came out of the blue. And the last time this happened is when Clarissa had her movie coming out. So this might be a whole ploy. We don't know. But nonetheless, all of it was corny behavior. Everybody needs to go park it, gather themselves, and move the hell on. At the end of the day, love might be complicated. There's nothing easy when it comes down to love. It requires a lot of work. But corniness, baby, is universal. And every last one of you earned a corny award. Y'all deserved it, hands down. And again, I need you guys to heal in private, stay off live, and leave the rest of us out of y'all situation. None of us should be in y'all mix. This stuff is serious. There's a little person that has to see this later. Like, keep us out of y'all nonsense. And I think that's it. I think that's all I got. It was crazy, a crazy week. And I hope that this week, you know, nothing else pops off. And again, I'm gonna do better. I say this all the time, but I'm getting my footing. If you made it this far, down in the comment section, leave a purple heart. That's letting me know that you made it this far, and I will definitely say thank you down in the comment section because you are a trooper. I don't even know how long this video is gonna be. But I thank you for staying this far. Again, if you want to connect with your girl on social media, you can find me on everything Spit Talking with Talia. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so then you know when I'm going to post next. And I think that's enough of spit talking for the day. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Coming to kick your ass, baby. Come on.
Live and direct on your stereo set. The rouse the track to the point that the stereo wet. They create lyrics instead of days.